Sorry about my history partial today. Osric is a trained killer. So if you feel up to it, give him a hard time today. He's a great dude. But all right, without further ado, I don't want to waste anybody's time. So where should we start? It's still there. My wife told me I was 8 years old. So you are 8 years old. And my brother was like, so how big was this dude? I'm like, he's about shoulder high. What? So, boys will be boys, right? Yeah, shoulder's good. And just be gentle with me in photo ops. All right. Yes, hello.
Hey, my question is about the finale. I was wondering, what were Sam's intentions when he tried summoning Crowley? Did he want to sell his soul, or...?
Anything. Basically, I think what Sam wanted to do, really, was just kind of figure out some way. Like Sam said, actually, in line, is, you gotta look at this mess. You gotta figure out how to get him out. So I think Sam's in a situation also where he knew that even if Dean was brought back, he knew the mark on his arm was doing something to him, obviously. So he wanted to bring him back, and he wanted to kind of punish Crowley. I think Sam was in such a messed up state that he didn't really know what to expect. He just wanted to have answers. So, yeah.
Okay,
Thank you. My biggest role models were honestly, as cheesy as it is, my father and my big brother. In fact, my side note, my big brother right now, in real life, he's an orthopedic surgeon. So when I was wrestling around being stupid yesterday, and I hurt myself, I was like, I should call Jeff. So I called him, and he's like, dude, like, you're 30 now, like, quit wrestling. But I didn't have any actors in my family. It was my sister's an architect, and my brother's a doctor. My mom's a teacher. My dad is an accountant, either retired. So acting was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to be an actor for no other reason than just I knew it from a young age. And so I think maybe the reason I've been able to remain happy in this business, and there's a funny thing where if you are always wanting to be the most famous or the most rich or the most quote-unquote successful, then you'll never be happy. Because there's always going to be somebody who's got more money, or better looking, or more talented, or more Oscars, or more famous, or whatever. And so I really I try to focus on just being happy where I am at all times. You know, I mean, at every point in your life, even when it's tough, is something to kind of cherish and be happy about. And so that's what I try and keep in my head when I'm acting. And I mean, this is an amazing experience. I mean, Jensen and I were talking to each other yesterday at dinner, and we looked around, and we have all these buddies, Richard and Rob and Ty and Sebastian and Osric and Jason, I mean, everybody. We looked around and we're like, this is amazing. Like, this is I remember 10 years ago going into a room with Jensen and the 30 most powerful people at Warner Brothers who would become our bosses and going like, I hope we get the role. And now we're looking around, we're in Rome, we're talking to people about life and love and the show. And so I'm really grateful. And I think I just try to not lose sight of that. Adam is a brother, but Sam and Dean are I think the idea is that one of the things we touch on a lot in Supernatural is that you don't have to share blood to be family. And so Sam and Dean are not just brothers through blood, but they're brothers through friendship and experience. And they didn't have that with Adam. They never got to meet Adam. So unfortunately, you know, your brother or your sister can be a friend. You can care about somebody enough to have just a friend become almost a family member, you know? And so Adam was never a family member in that sense to Sam and Dean. So unfortunately, this is probably bad, but it's almost another, it was almost another hunt. It was almost another gig, you know, it was another, well, we gotta go figure this out and solve it. And so I'm sure they think about it. We don't talk about it a lot on the show, and I don't think the writers are going to bring back because I think the idea is that there is more to Sam and Dean than just blood. You know? So Adam shares their blood, but doesn't share their, you know, the right word to say, which is the experiences together. You know, I mean, you become brothers, you become sisters, brother, sister, through experiences over and over again. So Bobby, he wasn't related, but he was like an uncle. You know, I mean, it was like he was almost a brother because of what we've gone through together. So you don't have to be somebody's actual brother, somebody's actual sister to feel like that. You know, so I think that's it. Yeah.